Hello, my name is Rotexor and welcome to my guide for the ultimate cheese build for Retrieve the Data missions in Fortnite Save the World. I would say this build is top tier as it can solo late game 4-man Retrieve the Data missions. The mission I will be doing for this video is a power level 108 4-man mission, but with good placement of the objective I managed to solo even a power level 124 4-man nature mission. One warning right off the bat is that if a mission has the perk Wall Weakening, this strategy will not work. The first thing you will need for this build, which enables the whole thing, is Power Base. If you have the limited edition pack, you will have both Power Base Kyle and Power Base Penny, but if you don't, you can get Power Base Nox from the classic set. Power Base has a perk called Power Modulation, which makes buildings connected to base heal for 11% every 10 seconds. For the team perk, it doesn't matter too much what you choose. I have chosen Shake It Off because I think it's nice to get the element effects away quicker. Alternatives here are Slow Your Roll, which freezes melee attackers for 2 seconds, Preemptive Strike just for the extra damage, or if you don't feel like you need any of those, you can go with Recycling so you get some of your materials back. For supports, there are only really 2 mandatory heroes. The first one is Base Kyle, whose team perk, Lofty Architecture, increases the health of buildings connected to base by 28%. Base Kyle is from the classic set. Since the majority of the healing that we do to buildings is based off of max health, this perk should not be avoided. Next and final of the mandatory heroes is Hotfixer Hazard, also from the classic set. His support perk, Hotfix, increases repair speed by 10%. Most of the active part of the mission you will be spending repairing, so this, much like Base Kyle, should be included in the build. Other than these 3 heroes, the rest of the build is up to the individual player and how they want to play it. Personally, I go with these 3. Martianist Harper from the classic set, who gives Tough Traps, which increases trap durability by 17.5%. Warden Kyle from the Holiday set, who gives Base MD, which makes you heal 3.75 base health every second while you're standing on buildings connected to base. And finally, Bomb Squad Kyle from the Pirate set, who gives Bomb Suit, which increases armor by 22. For gadgets, I have chosen Banner and Slowfield, as they are by far the 2 best defensive options. Banner increases building health for 45 seconds and gives you a place to spawn, and Slowfield makes enemies attack slower and move slower. That's all for the loadout section. Next we'll look over the traps needed. I personally use 106 traps as they seem to get the job done. First and most important is the floor launcher. I would highly recommend you max perk your floor launcher with full impact and knockback. Reload speed could be good, but it will drain the trap durability a lot quicker, so you'd probably need to replace the trap mid-run. Next up for traps is the freezing trap. As you can see, my freezing trap is not maxed. I would recommend maxing it, but it's not fully necessary. The one perk you do need to max though is the effect duration, as you want enemies frozen as long as possible. It's the same with freezing traps as with floor launchers, that you could want to go reload, but again, you'd need to probably replace the trap mid-run. Finally, for traps, you need a floor trap that you can place on stairs that has a 6th perk that heals the building it is attached to. For me, this is my floor spikes. The only perk that matters on this is the final perk, and it needs to be maxed. In total, if no traps break, you need 4 floor launchers, 12 freezing traps, and 4 traps that can heal your stairs. If you want to be extra safe in case a stair breaks, you can bring some wall launchers as well. Moving on into the mission, the first thing you want to do is locate the objective and see if the location is suitable. Every direction from the objective you should have at least 3 open spaces, preferably more. If this criteria is not met, I would recommend just leaving and starting the mission back up again. Once you've made sure your objective is in a good location, what you want to do is grab 2 blue glow and activate the building boost pylon. This will make your buildings construct faster, which will be needed for when the defense starts. With all that out of the way, let's get to the building part. I've loaded up my home base for this, so let's pretend the wooden triangle is the objective and the wooden floor around is where you can't build. What you want to start off with is just building some stairs, followed by some walls, and then the floor below the stairs. This is where you put your floor launchers, and following that you want to put some freezing traps to extend 2 out from the floor launcher and then cover the corners as well. Now this is where one of the floor launchers will be, but that has to be built after the mission starts, and this corner will be built as well. So you want to upgrade everything. This is done before the defense starts, so you want to just upgrade all of this. I'm putting some wooden floor spikes right here. This can be any type of floor trap that you can put on stairs. The only requirement is that the 6th perk is the healing perk. So just finish upgrading everything. And that should be good. So now you can start building the area where you will be starting, or where you will be going in. Just put floors all around. It's going to be a 3x3, and you put walls all around as well. And then you put some floors or ceilings with pyramids on top, just in case there are any lobbers, just for some quick protection. You will be killing any would-be lobbers, but in case there are any, it's good to have some form of defense against it. You also probably want to build just all the way around there, since you can, and since that's going to be part of the building anyway. This area is where you want to put your base. You can put it in any of the corners, but I like putting it in this one because it's in the middle. One more important thing is you need room for where you will be repairing, so you can run from stair to stair, just spamming repair. So this is just about what's going to be built prior to the mission starting. So to prepare for starting the mission, you want to select your floor traps, floor launchers, and you also want to select metal, unless it's a nature wave, of course. So now let's pretend that I'm shooting down the objective pew, and you start by just building the stairs immediately, putting the traps as fast as possible, putting some spikes on top, or any form of healing trap. You upgrade them, you upgrade the stairs as soon as you can, then you want to build everything to finish in case of any lobbers, and you put the final freezing trap, and that's everything that should be built. So at this point, the husks will already start hitting your stairs. So what you want to do in order to upgrade it to tier 3 is you just want to spam repair on it until it upgrades. Once you've done that with the first set of stairs, you want to do that to the next set of stairs, and once that is done, everything's tier 3. What you want to do is go out and scout around. What you want to do then is check for smashers as number 1 priority, and then riot husks and lobbers. I'll have to admit, I've never seen any lobbers in the initial wave. However, smashers I've seen, and riot husks are pretty common, and they need to die. And just run around, check it out. You might also want to upgrade these walls. You could put some traps on them as well if you feel like it. It's entirely up to you. It's normally not needed, but if you want to be on the safe side, upgrade them and put wall launchers on them. Once everything is done, what you want to do for most of the mission is just run around in a circle like this and spam repair on your stairs. If anything happens to them, that's when you want to go down, maybe put a decoy, maybe put down your banner, put down your slow field, entirely up to you. And just to be safe, you can put the wall launchers there as I just did. Basically it for this mission. You run around and repair, and you try to distract the husks a little bit. Put down your decoy if necessary. Put down your banner. Put down your slow field. The banner location I would recommend is just on top of your stairs, because it affects 3 pieces and it's an easy spawn place. And for the slow field, just put it in front. You're rarely ever going to see more than 2 stairs take a lot of damage, so just put it in front. Be on the safe side. One last important note about this strategy is that you have to try to make as few husks die as possible. Every husk that dies can respawn as any other mob. When there are 3 minutes remaining of the mission, if any husk dies, the mini boss will spawn, so don't kill anything at that point. And that's all there is to it. I'll now put on a clip from the mission I did, from me shooting down the balloon until I win. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. Peace!